Hello everyone, this is my OS presentation on the topic security and privacy features in iOS. Contents are system security, data security, app security, network and internet services security, and Apple Pay security. Security architecture in OS. This is a high level diagram of the security architecture and the components will be described in the further slides. System security is central to security in iOS. It makes hardware and software securely integrated with each other such that every component in iOS is secure and trusted. Secure booting process. As uses a mechanism called secure boot chain to ensure the low level software is not compromised. That is, it runs only in Apple devices. Each step in secure boot chain verifies that the next step is valid and signed by Apple. The booting process will only proceed to the next step if the verification succeeds. So the code in boot ROM is trusted, immutable, and also contains this Apple root CA public key, which will be used to verify if the LLB is signed by Apple. If LLB is valid, the processor will run to the next stage bootloader iBoot, which will in turn verify and run the iOS kernel. Secure Enclave is the co-process for the Apple's A series processor, and each secure conclave comes with a unique ID, this UID, during fabrication, which is used to encrypt secure enclaves memory space and data files stored in the system. It is also responsible for decrypting, processing, and verifying the fingerprints received from the Touch ID. Touch ID. Touch ID is a fingerprint sensor that can read fingerprint from the user. It sends the fingerprint scans to the secure enclave for authentication. Data security. Besides making sure that only the trusted code and apps can run, iOS also encrypts and protects the user's data locally and remotely. Hardware security features that are necessary. Because of cryptographic operations are complicated and CPU consuming, each iOS device has a dedicated crypto engine built in this DMA path between flash storage and main memory, hence making the encryption process highly efficient. Every device has a unique ID and a device group ID, which are 256 keys, and no hardware and no software can access them directly. Data encrypted using this UID is tied to a particular device, and if the chip is moved to another device, it is not accessible. A file data protection. iOS protects file data by constructing and managing a hierarchy of conjunction in the hardware encryption engine, and it can be seen here in this diagram. Hardware and passcode key is needed for class key and file system key, which in turn is used for file to decode file metadata and get the file key, and the file key is needed to get the file contents. When a file is created, a profile key is also created by the hardware engine, and this profile key is used to encrypt this file. Profile key is wrapped with the corresponding class key, and this resulted wrapped profile key is stored in the file's metadata. To open a file, the iOS must decrypt this file metadata using a file system key, and have the wrapped profile key, and use the class keys to unwrap this wrapped profile key to get the profile key and then get the file contents. Passcodes. The passcodes are needed for the data protection. They're not just 4-digit passcode, they can be of arbitrary length and alphanumeric also. Most importantly, these passcodes are used for generating encryption keys. The stronger the passcode, the stronger the encryption keys. Data protection class. So when any file is created in iOS device, it is assigned to a data protection class also. Some of the typical classes are complete protection, protected unless open, protected until the first user authentication, or no protection. Keychain security. Many of the sensitive data, such as passwords, are stored in this keychain security. The keychain item contains metadata such as creation and modification of timestamps, access group of this keychain, the version number, the access control list, a value indicating which protect class the item is in, a per item key wrapped with the protection class key, a dictionary of attributes describing the items, and all these contents are encrypted using the encrypting engine. App security. Uh, Apple encodes that all the apps must be reviewed and approved by the Apple before being available on the internet, on the App Store. So this app review and code signing, Apple requires that all the executable code must be signed by the Apple issued certificate, and the developer that makes those apps must register and join the Apple developer program and get a verified developer certificate. Runtime process security. iOS also uses a mechanism called sandbox to prevent apps from compromising other apps installed on the devices. Apps are restricted from accessing files associated with other apps. In addition, third-party apps have limited resources while performing the background tasks. Data protection in apps. In apps, data protection code can be easily written by developers using the lots of APIs available provided by the iOS SDK. Network and Internet Service Security. SSL and TLS protocols are used by many built-in apps to communicate with the remote server in iOS. Uh, Wi-Fi in iOS supports WPA2 Enterprise, which use this 128-bit AES encryption. In addition, a randomized MAC address is also used when iOS is is performing piano scans, because the MAC addresses keep changing. It is impossible for an attacker or an observer to track the iOS device traffic, which brings much more security. Airdrop security. Airdrop is used to share files on their iOS devices with the nearby users. When a user enables AirDrop security, this RSA key and its hash is stored on the device. And when an AirDrop is open, a signal is emitted through Bluetooth low energy, and the other devices with AirDrop turned on can receive it. The sender can choose which device he wants to send and establish a TLS connection between it uh, to it and exchange iCloud identity certificate. After the receiver accepts the file to transfer, the transmission begins. iMessage security. iMessage is a very popular message service provided by the Apple. It uses APNs, which is responsible for propagating information to iOS and OS devices in a secure way. When iMessage is turned on, a RSA key and ECDSA key are generated. The private keys for those keys are stored in the device's keychain, and the public keys are sent to Apple's directory service, which is responsible for storing users' identification and devices' APN addresses. Apple Pay security. Apple Pay makes payments easy for Apple users and also ensures that the transaction is performed in a secure and private way. Apple Pay components. Secure Element is a certified chip which hosts applets that manage the Apple Pay. Encrypted credit card and debit card information are sent from these applets. NFC controller act as a gateway to the secure element. NFC controller handles communication between application processor and the secure element, also between the secure element and the point of sale terminal. A passbook Passbook is helpful to manage the credit card and debit card informations. User can also visit the card information, actually the last four digits of the card, and the device account number, and the privacy policy of the bank using this passbook. Secure Enclave and Touch ID are used for fingerprint verification, and Apple Pay servers communicate between the devices and the payment network servers with the devices and the payment network servers to manage the state of credit card and debit cards. Credit and debit card provisioning. When new debit card or credit card is added to Apple Pay, Apple securely sends the card information to the bank, and bank will decide whether the card can be used in Apple Pay or not. All the communication sessions are encrypted using SSL. A unique device account number is created for each newly added card, and this DAN is encrypted and stored in the secure element, which is isolated from iOS and Apple Pay server. The card's bank can deactivate this DAN if the user no longer wants to use it. How the payment is done by Apple Pay. When a when making a payment, user have to first complete the fingerprint authorization, fingerprint verification, and secure conclave will notify the secure element if the authorization is valid or not. Then secure element will go ahead and allow the payment. Secure communication will take place between secure element and the secure enclave using a shared pair key that is generated using during fabrication process. The encryption, the encryption and authentication of this communication is based on AES. During the transaction, a one-time dynamic security code is also generated using a key that's provisioned in the security element applet, along with a counter that increments for each transaction. A random number is generated by the applet. Another random number is generated by the server or the terminal. A payment network and the bank can verify this transaction using dynamic security code and the DN only. So the full credit card and debit card information is never sent to the merchant. Thank you very much.